In today's video, we're going to be taking things a little bit easier. There's no digging, no building. What we're going to be doing is harvesting some fruit and doing something I feel really exciting with it. And also, been to the newsagents and got a couple of magazines, so going to be taking a look at what's in these. Hello there, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm Tim here at My Carbon Coach. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're not. So yeah, today's going to be a bit more of a laid back day, not so much of the DIY and the digging. We're going to be heading round onto the grass to the bench and we're going to be picking some red currants from the bush. They have now come fully into fruit. They are looking absolutely amazing. Literally look like little red pearls, rubies, however you want to describe them. It's going to be picking those to make a very fancy drink, and that's going to be really exciting. Unfortunately not for me, I don't really like gin, so it's going to be a present for my wife and for a few other people. So we've got that to come, and like I just said, got a few magazines that I've bought. They're probably out of date now. I'm quite slow in getting this video made, so this month's magazines are probably out, but I wanted to have a quick flick through them because yeah, I've never bought Gardener's World magazine. I've started recording it now though, so yeah, just quite a nice little sedate video. Actually, before we make it over to the picnic bench to have a look at magazines and make some gin, just wanted to show you some of the progress around the plots. So this is the wildflower bed now, and it has shot up so much. There are poppies, there's some daisies, there's all sorts going on in there, but it's an absolutely fantastic riot of colour, attracting so many insects, bees, etc. It is just a joy to walk past every time I come to the plot. With the herbs I planted in last week's video, they haven't died yet, they're doing alright, and there seems to be some new growth. There's a little bit of growth on the rosemary, the thyme not so much. Over there with the hot and spicy oregano, that definitely seems to be bouncing back, and the basil though I'm not 100% sure about. So this wasn't from Urban Herbs, that was bought from Morrison's, and it is looking a bit sorry for itself. Here we go, so the potatoes are doing absolutely insane. They have shot up so far. I don't know if you can even see where the bottom of them is, but yeah, sticking them under this black plastic to stop the sunlight getting in, keeping the moisture in. They are doing amazing. So I need to double check exactly when it's time to pull those out, but shouldn't be too long I don't think, and really looking forward to those. So, in order to make some very tasty gin, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a bag of sugar, not all of it. We're going to need some lemons for their zest. We are of course going to need some gin, so plenty of that here. We've got a few utensils, one for mashing, one for zesting. Of course we're going to need the actual container where we're going to do our brewing, so that should be plenty. And then we've got our tasty, beautiful red currants. So this is only a fraction of the harvest. It is just a tiny amount of them. So I might need to pick some more. So first thing to do is to get these off of the stalks into our jar. Okay, so got berries sorted out into there, and surprisingly they went quite far, so I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So next job is to whack some sugar in here, and this is presumably just because these are going to be quite tart, so we need something to sweeten it up. This is 500 grams, we need about 150 grams. We're on the allotment, so there's no weighing scale, so just going to have to eyeball it a bit if I can get into it. There we go, that'll do. And we need some lemons. That's not actually looking, the sugar to berry ratio isn't looking that good, so what we're going to do is put in some more berries. It's looking very Christmassy, isn't it? White and red. It's probably a much easier way to do this with a fork or something, but me being me, I got prepared so far and then yeah, didn't think it 100% all the way through, but this is fine. It's quite nice just sort of getting that tactile feeling rather than using tools. Gonna leave them on the stalk in there. Oh, those are some really nice big ones there. Okay, so that's then topped up even more. So yeah, we've gone mega berry in there now. So next thing to do zest of lemon. I think we'll go for this bad boy. You can smell that already. I love the smell of lemon. Cool, so there's that done. Don't know if you can see that. We've got some zest in there, so next thing to do is to mash it up. Yeah, wooden spoon, probably not the best utensil. Press it up against the side. So we're looking really quite mashed there. It's looking proper gloopy. So next job is going to be to whack the gin in. You can use any type of gin that you like, but from what I read, just using sort of a fairly cheap generic brand of gin is probably best, because then you're not overpowered by a lot of the botanicals. It's just sort of a straightforward gin that most of the flavour comes from the berries. So that's looking alright, but we could go higher with more gin, so it's a good job I got this backup one. So that's the whole lot, so that's a litre and one of those 35 centilitres in there, and we've got a bit of space, so I'm actually going to do some more curranting into here just so that we're fully maximising the flavour. Okay, so I'm going to call that done. So last thing to do then is just put the lid on, seal that up, and that is going to take 2 months to brew. So for the first month you need to be shaking it every single day. Ooh, I'm not 100% sure if we're totally leak proof. I'll have to look into that. Second month, just sort of a sporadic shaking will do the trick. The final thing that I wanted to show you guys today are these 2 magazines. So they're probably well and truly out of date now. But yeah, Gardener's World with some freebies and Kitchen Garden with some freebies. So I'll flip the camera down so you can see what I see, and we'll tear the covers off these and get these bad boys open. So Gardener's World magazine, it was £5.99. Apparently worth nearly 14 quid, so we'll tear this open and see if there's any highlights in the magazine and what else came in here. Shame that it has to come in plastic packaging, which is slightly annoying. Why they couldn't just, I'm sure that back in the old days things just used to be sellotaped onto the fronts of magazines, but I guess, I don't know whether modern days there's just more thievery around or something, people stealing freebies from magazines. Anyway, so we got some more gardening gloves, and then we've got some lime sorbet pollinator friendly flower seeds, so we might just about be able to sow them outdoors, so I might give that a go. So let's have a flick through good old Monty and see what's going on here. Cool, so here's the section on sowing them outdoors, and that looks really pretty, so that'll be quite stunning. Oh, this is my kind of thing. Festival lights and lanterns and things. Cool, so there's a little bit in here about climate change, so that's really good. How to climate proof your garden. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be climate proofing, but doing more to stop climate change. Sorry, it's quite windy. I picked the wrong day to do this. Okay, so Alan here. So this is the vegetable part of the magazine. So late sown veg. So lettuce, rocket, radish. So radish is on my plan. And a few other bits. Keep your herbs happy. So I'm going to read up on that. Wind's getting quite blustery. Okay, so there's how-tos in here. Looking after your herbs, sort of give them a trim down to stop them going too woody and shrubby. We'll have a look. Oh, there's a crossword as well. That's super exciting. And then tons and tons of adverts. So that's all right. But yeah, because the Gardener's World is more tailored towards the flowers and the gardening end rather than the allotmenty end. But even so, that looks like a really nice magazine, so I'm going to enjoy reading that. On to the next one. So Kitchen Garden, and I've bought this before, so I know exactly what to expect. Again, £5.99, comes in plastic, and so we've got a shed load of seeds again. So we've got some violas, some swede, nasturtiums. I don't think I've got any problem with nasturtiums, they are sprouting up everywhere. Some salad leaves and some coriander, so all year round, harvest all year round. That's exciting. Don't think I've got any coriander yet. Okay, we've got some onions to sow in August, so that's something that I could plan for. That's really exciting. Borage, nice. Pak choy, that's amazing. So yeah, really like pak choy. Cauliflowers and some cabbage at the end. So that's quite a nice little mix of seeds. Some of those will definitely be going on to my plan going forwards. And then yeah, let's have a quick flick through Kitchen Garden magazine. Yep, so it's got an exciting page with jobs for the month, etc. What to sow, what to grow, all of that kind of things. Bug hotels, so that's something that I want to do. I mean, there is just a general bug hotel from over in the corner if I pan up slowly. That's kind of my bug hotel, the unkempt end of the allotment that I try not to show too much. But yeah, lots of crickets and wildlife in there. pumpkins. That looks really cool. Would love to grow a pumpkin one year. Whoa, that is crazy. Look at the size of that pumpkin. And then this is one of the reasons why I bought it. So this is an article by Karen, who is an Instagrammer, Wellies and Waffles, and I've been following her for a while, and she has an absolutely amazing allotment, and yeah, is quite an inspiration in sort of what she grows and her social media accounts. So yeah, this is why I wanted to read it and check it out. So yeah, it's great to see that this magazine is featuring sort of Instagrammers and bloggers, and who knows, maybe a certain YouTuber in the future. I'll put a link to her social media down on the description. First time growing. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. This one definitely is probably the better for the allotmenteer rather than the gardener. Some recipes and stuff. I absolutely love feta salads, so yeah, might give that a try. Looks like they've got some radish sliced up in there as well. So there we go, that was Kitchen Garden magazine. So there we have it, that's another week done up on the allotments. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you liked it. Yeah, I'm gonna now, whilst it's still sunny and I remember, gonna sow these. So before we go, just a couple of sort of admin-y bits for want of a better word. There's links to all of my social media down in the description, as well as to my Patreon, where you can support the channel to grow, help me to upgrade my tools, both allotment tools and YouTube tools. So please give that a look if you're interested in supporting the channel and myself. On that subject, thank you so much to the wonderful Bethan, who has just become a patron and is supporting the channel, myself and my green adventure. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So on that note, I will love you and leave you. Next week, we're going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be looking at something environmental rather than allotmental. So hopefully see you then next week. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of your plots, and have a great week. See you soon.